First off, Bournemouth started the game fantastically, like tempo, everything, and we've spoke about it last couple of days on and off recording. But Iraola, why is he leaving? Like, where's he gonna go? Obviously, now with Haaland's equaliser, Champions League for them it's out the way, because they had a snippet. They're 3 points behind, but Liverpool's goals difference is better. I think they're better by 6+. But even then, it's first time they're going to be in Europe. What other kind of job is he going to get now? Like, say, for instance, if it was Chelsea or United, they basically got their manager sorted now.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. But Bournemouth, quality outfit. What he's done with them, with today's draw, they're now 17 games unbeaten. I think they haven't lost since the 7th of Jan. And it was funny, even hearing on commentary, his first 9 games for Bournemouth, he didn't win. But this is again why you give managers time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and look what he's, because remember he lost 3 of his starting back 4 last summer, loses Semenyo in Jan, gets on with it, and they're even better than they are, better than they've ever been, I should say. So, yeah, City came up against an outfit that also had something to play for, and it was just one too many hurdles for Man City, because they've had their moments, they've had their runs, but you're not going to be able to pull it off every single time. And even like Pep starting Kovacic, I was like, interesting, but okay, fair enough. Maybe he wanted to do an overload in midfield. I don't think it necessarily helped. But yeah, it was just like a fairly level game. Obviously, again, like you said, Brooks, Bournemouth had chances to kill off, make it 2-0 and stuff. But yeah, Bournemouth have showed why they're not a top side in the Premier League, but they're breaking that mold if they continue on this trend, depending on what they do with Marco Rose next season onwards. And again, they'll be playing in Europe, so credit to them. And unlucky Man City, obviously, you guys and Pep still don't want to fully confirm that he's leaving, but hey, such is life.
Yeah, I'd agree on all sentiments that you said. Bournemouth, I felt like in the first half, moved the ball sensationally, like just the movement on and off the ball. You could see that they were up for the game, and it's good to see a team that's up for the game, ready to play against the City side, because they know that they can't be half-assed in this game because they could get battered. You get what I mean? At any time. But the football they were playing was slick. It was literally perfect at times. You get what I mean? Some of the moves down the left-hand side, I was like, wow. So I was very confident in what Bournemouth were doing when Kroupi Kroupi obviously is a standout for them this season. Obviously scoring that goal, sensational finish as we've seen before. And then obviously it was a game of, I feel like they were trying to hold on from about the 70th minute, but hold on in a way where they could counter-attack. And Bournemouth's defensive record this year has been good anyway, as you can see with this many unbeaten games, this unbeaten run they've been on. So that's when they kind of brought on Kluivert, and I felt that they were going to go more counter-attacking, which they kind of did, which they had the opportunity through Brooks, who just didn't finish them today. He'll probably be ruining those missed opportunities, because that's maybe an opportunity in the Champions League that they've blown basically there. So as from an Arsenal perspective, we're buzzing, but from a Bournemouth perspective, I think they're a bit annoyed. Do you get what I mean? Because it's a game they should have probably won. And then, you get to the last gets to added time, and the ball falls to the right man, Haaland, and Haaland finishes it, and then you're sitting there in a squeaky bum time. But then I almost, at that point also, Bournemouth could have still gone and won it. When Kluivert gets the ball, it's a 3v2 and he makes the wrong pass.
Yeah.
He slides to centre half instead of sliding the man on the left outside, is on his left-hand side. If he slides that man there, he's directly running the goal, and you can win the game. Because in my head, I was thinking, Bournemouth, you kind of still need to win this game. Forget Arsenal, because you're not thinking about Arsenal at that point. You're thinking about your position in the Champions League. You need to win this game to get in the Champions League, or to be closer to get into the Champions League. So at that point, I was like, bro, slide it that way. But I think they just settled for the draw at that point as well. The referee just ended at 96 minutes. I was buzzing.
Literally right on. I was like,
So,
bro, what, ref? No, you don't want no extra drama.
Jay, I was thinking he had to, and the worst thing is he probably should have added on about a minute and a half because Man City
Yeah,
scored
because they
during
scored late in
time.
it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bournemouth been a good side this season. As you said before, Iraola, I don't know where he's going to go. I think he'll end up being in Europe. I think he'll be either an Italian club or a French club, depending on what. Oh, I don't know. I feel like he'll end up in Europe now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just because there'll be no active jobs for him unless what he does is he goes to Crystal Palace. Yeah. He waits for the Liverpool job.
Yeah.
And he waits for the Liverpool job. That's the only thing I can think of. Similar to how, or he knows already Liverpool sacking the manager, like similar to Maresca. Do you get what I mean? He probably knew that Pep was leaving, so that's why he had him lined up. So,
but them they're more closer in that sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. But we know this already. Boards know who their next manager is. Usually 5, 6, sometimes 7, 8 weeks before they've actually sacked that manager. You get what I mean? It's just if that manager starts winning games, and like, okay, he has to win this week, he has to win this week, he has to win this week, and then it'll be put off. But most of the time, managers have been in the stands watching them games or watching them games from somewhere in comms with someone at Liverpool or someone on that team. So yeah, man. For him, I want to see where he's next. Bournemouth got some great players, great young players on their squad right now. Man City, it'll be interesting to see how they develop this new kind of system with Maresca in place. So they won a domestic double. Pep leaves on a high regardless. So it's going to be interesting going forward for both of these sides.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just even with Pep leaving, because I think this is the first time now Pep hasn't won the league in back-to-back years, so 2 years in a row. So obviously once they do finally confirm that he's gone, he's leaving a very good squad anyway. It's not the Man Cities of old. That's another reason why I was like, Arsenal have to and can and should win the league, which they end up doing. But again, he's leaving a very good young squad. Maresca knows his coaching way, so obviously he's going to implement his own stuff. But he was on Pep's coaching staff a couple years ago himself, and it's funny because I was saying it in my United chat today. It was like Fergie's coaching tree is dead. Like some of them became managers and stuff, or they did become managers, Premier League, or some short term in other leagues, and half of them are pundits now. Whereas Pep's coaching tree, Maresca was part of his coaches and players. Maresca, company as a player, and Arteta, who's now won the league as a coach as well. So, I think he's leaving Man City in the best possible way he probably can. Some people are like, oh, why Maresca? How's he getting the job? I was like, bro, whoever gets the job, like, unless it's Luis Enrique, no one's gonna really compete as Pep at the end of the day, you know. So for Arsenal in particular, like they'll be the favourites next season without a doubt. Like obviously Liverpool walks into this season as favourites, but there's always that, oh yeah, but Man City are right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Arsenal can somewhat bridge that gap, unfortunately, in terms of how they can approach the off season and then next season, and say, yo, we're standout favourites. Like, depending on the signings that they make and stuff, it's a good opportunity for them to go back to back. Because I do think like the Prem is still in a place where Liverpool might just flip the switch and they could come good again next season. Again, you can't never write off Man City. We just need to actually see what they'll be without Pep. And say United have a very good summer. If United have a very good summer in terms of their targets and the signings that they make, I'd be expecting us to compete next season. Not to say we're going to win it, but it's more open for teams to compete in that sense. Like, it's not Pep versus Klopp. So
yeah, I'd agree.
But it's for Arsenal to fully stamp and say we are the dominant side, and it's an opportunity for them. Whether you take it or not, it's easier said than done, in it. So
yeah, 100%. But You're right. All the sentiments you said, I agree with. And yeah, the Premier League's going to be, as you said, wide open. You can see it. The positions are you can see from like 6th till just outside the Champions League spots downwards until near enough like 12, 13. It's so close. The mid-table battle's close. The title race is close. Relegation's close. So you can see the league is wide open for anything. Who would have seen a top team like Tottenham be in the bottom 3? Be in the bottom 4 in a relegation scrap? You wouldn't have seen it. Do you get what I mean? But that's what's happening. So yeah, the league is, as you said, wide open. And as you can see, this year Arsenal won it. Last year Liverpool won it. The year before who won it? City won it. That's 3 different winners in 3 years. Do you get what I mean?
Literally.
And we've been used to be seeing, okay, Man City, or Chelsea, Man United. You get what I mean? It's always been a consistent winner. But as you can see, the last 3 years with the completely different winners, and then the down years they're having in between. Do you get what I mean? Like the next year they're having in between. It's wide open. Anyone can win it. Anyone can win it. You get your signings right. You start well. You build something to like hold on to. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Because, for instance, United can just build on what they've started with Carrick in that sense. Obviously, it's going to be more of a challenge. We're going to be playing Champions League. We're going to be playing the other competitions and stuff like that. But again, if I say roster construction is good and your signings complement, because we had opportunities where, for instance, I think the season Ollie finished second, our summer window was poor in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had it when we had Pogba, for instance. We're not having players to complement them. Obviously, you've got your match winners and stuff like that. Because the convo came up about Rice, and I was like, with Rice, I don't see no midfielder. If you're not of Pogba's ilk, for me, no central midfielder should be above £80 million. But Rice has justified his price. Do you know what I mean? And because people stop talking about Rice's price early straight away. But then you've got the likes of Caicedo, Enzo. You've got all these other 100 million midfielders. No one's really done anything. Now, before even Arsenal had won the league, I was like, Rice has kind of justified his price. I won't say he's worked, but no one can argue it. And now Arsenal have won the league. And I remember saying at the time in one of my chats as well, I was like, when it was the summer Rice was moving, I was between Man City and Arsenal. I was like, our title at Arsenal was going to mean much more to Rice than 2 or 3 at Man City. Do you know what I mean? Because you're changing the trajectory of the club in the modern day. So, yeah. Because how long has the Emirates Stadium been open? Is this the first trophy Premier League title at the Emirates?
Yeah,
exactly.
do
you know what I mean? Like, and he's that marquee signing for you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one, especially if, God forbid, touch wood, you guys don't win the Champions League. Obviously, if you do, you do. But if you do, people ain't gonna like it. But Rice is gonna be up for Ballon d'Or contention without a doubt.
Yeah, he will be, but I don't think he'll win it. I just think he'll be up for it, but it's not a case of he'll winning it. No,
I hear it, but let's just say England get to at least the semi-final in the World Cup. And bearing in mind, you guys have done the double.
Nah, I think the last holding mid that is ever getting that is Rodri. They're done with that, doing that nonsense. The last midfielder.
I agree. Yeah. I'm scared they've already set a precedent and they're gonna keep doing this nonsense.
Nah. Because you may as well give it to a centre back at that point.
Right. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one.